Welcome back to another edition of Jerusalem News TV. My name is Ronnie Isaiah, I'm your Anchorman. David Kilimnick, our commentator. Top story tonight, New York Times reports Israelis watch bombs drop on Gaza from front row seats. Have you heard about this, David?
No.
Last Wednesday night, they stood on the hilltop outside the Israeli town of Sderot and watched the bombardment of Gaza on the plain below.
Well, Ron, that seems to be what they've been doing with the bombs, as Israel citizens have not really had a chance to go out bombing themselves, so they're watching as bombs fly by.
Yeah, we have three twits. Sderot Cinema, Israelis bringing chairs to hilltop in Sderot to watch latest from Gaza, clapping when blasts are heard.
You know, Ron, it's quite interesting. They failed to mention the fact that in Sderot they do not have a theater. And I've heard also that they've been, and they've also been using popcorn, which is quite a phenomenon in Israel, and they should be blaming the people who are there eating popcorn. Obviously, the Sderot people are not receiving the funds that are supposed to be sent to Sderot for the sunflower seeds. Back to you, Ron.
The New York Times also is reporting, David, that the American President Barack Obama visited the town when he was a senator back in 2008.
Amazing that Barack Obama, if I may mention, was a senator, and now he's the president of the United States of America.
Well, he called the citizens of Sderot brave citizens, and they gave him a t-shirt that said "I love Sderot" with a heart that had a rocket pierced through it. That's the humor from the residents they gave him a present.
Oh, well, quite hilarious, if I may say that. Our President of the United States, our good friend Barack Obama, has yet to have worn the t-shirt. Never in a press conference have we seen Barack Obama wearing that t-shirt from Sderot.
Yeah, great commentary. David, let's go to the next story.
Anytime, Ron. I'm here for you, and that's what I do. I'm here to comment on the news, to give you the understanding of what they're saying in the news.
And to the next headline from the Miami Herald.
We're going to be moving into the next headline from the Miami Herald, which is a newspaper out of Miami.
Did you just say the Miami Hemorrhoid?
There's many heralds out there that I've met who have had hemorrhoids, talking about that story back in Rochester, New York, by the way.
The Miami Herald reports that Hamas is considering Egypt's ceasefire proposal. Hamas, of course, is the enemy that have been firing the rockets into Israel.
I feel it's been so wrong of Egypt to be fighting the Hamas. And the Hamas, as an Israeli, if I may say, I think it's about time that there's peace between Hamas and Egypt.
Hania is the leader of Hamas, and he said restoring calm was not the purpose of any agreement because, he says...
Calm is very boring.
He says we want...
Oh, he goes on.
Yeah, he's not interested in the aggression to stop. He says the problem is the reality of Gaza, the siege, the starving, the bombing, the no electricity. That must stop. The people of Gaza need to live in dignity while they are attacking the Jewish people.
Well, that is the major problem we've been noticing over the past couple weeks since the killing of the three young men who were kidnapped, who are in our hearts. The big problem is that Israel has to stop defending itself. As we've noticed down in Gaza, there's been too much lack of acceptance, if I may say, Ron, of the rights of the Gaza citizens to be missiling off bombs into Israel.
Missiling off bombs. You may say it, we might not understand it, but that's what you get paid for. You are the commentator. The Wall Street Journal reports the Wall Street Journal is reporting an opinion piece. The Wall Street Journal is reporting an opinion piece that the Palestinian blessing is that the enemies of Israel are technologically incompetent. More than 1,000 missiles fired at Israel, aimed indiscriminately without inflicting a single Israeli fatality.
Again, if you were going to go into Gaza, at least teach a little bit about how to fire off missiles.
Mahmoud Abbas in the West Bank, he's the leader of the Arab Palestinians. Mr. Abbas is supposed to be a bystander in this conflict, but he made his sympathies known when within a day or two of the fighting, with less than 50 Palestinian fatalities, he accused Israel of genocide and war against the Palestinian people as a whole. This quote is from Mr. Abbas. "Shall we recall Auschwitz?" ? He added.
And Abbas once again takes a step against the Holocaust deniers out there.
Well put.
Thank you, Ron.
Commentary. Strong
Thank you.
commentary from our commentator, David Kilimnick. Final story for this segment of the Jerusalem News TV show. We have from the Jerusalem Post something other than the war. A ministerial panel approves proposal to ban free plastic bags. Usually they are given for free in the supermarket, and the proposal is by MK Parrots that they be charged 40.
Is that Abbas?
That is not Abbas, and that is not the Doritos chips guy from the commercials. His name is Parrots, and he's MK. He's a Knesset member, and he's in charge of environmental protection. He wants to charge 40 agarot per plastic bag.
And that's the problem that we've been having in Israel over the past week. The lack of the ability to import plastic bags into Israel, and the Israeli people having to carry their groceries without bags. You really want to talk about the problems over the past few weeks, Ron. I think that's what our audience wants to know about. They want to know about the genocide that Abbas was speaking about with the plastic bags, and
this is what we would call bagicide. And for further commentary on the bags, we brought in an expert. He's a sweet guy, a nice guy. He's our new sportscaster, and he will be giving us the headlines on the sports. Before that, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back with Ari Lewis on why it is important to charge 40 agarot per bag for the environmental protection.
The bags.
We'll be right back with more Jerusalem News TV.
And talking genocide.
Thank you,
for
David Kilimnick, our commentator.
Anytime. I'm here for you people. As Ron is now finished, the genocide that we're speaking about of the terrorists has to stop. Just a little side note. What we would call a call for peace. They are a people too. Terrorists are also a people, Ron, and we have to stop. We have to stop with the targeted killing of people
and bags. We call it a bag of peace.
Bags of peace. Bags of peace for people who kill people. We have to stop. Stop. And this has to stop together, and that's our call out to the Israeli government. Please stop trying to focus on killing terrorists, because that then all the terrorists might not be able to do what they do as a people. How would you like it as a Jewish person to not be able to, let's say, do what you do? Say praying. How would you like to not be able to pray? Terrorists, they do what they do. Jewish people, we do what we do. Who are we to say you don't have the right to go out and kill?
We'll be right back.
That means that we're going to go to a break.
All said.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Before we get back to the sports, we're going to go to Ari to tell us a little bit about what's going on with the bags over here in Israel.
Yeah, the bags are very excited. I appreciate that I'm spending airtime to talk about this. I save a lot of bags.
Oh, that's great. Because you don't know in a time of war when you're going to need those bags.
Yeah, because at the end of the world, they always say like stock up on cans of tuna fish and bottles of water. I say no, stack up on bags.
Stack up on bags, because how are you going to get that water and tuna fish back to your house if you do not have bags?
You need bags to carry them. So, and you were talking about the 40 agorot per bag. I got all my bags for free, but now I could sell it for 40 agorot, or I could cut a deal 35. So it'll save all the consumers out their money, and then I make more money. So overall, it's a good situation.
And that right there, if I may say, is our tip of the day, given to you from our sports commentator, Ari Lewis.
It's kind of a sad tip. We wish there was something better, but right now that's all we have.
And if you want really solid bags, if you want the doubled up bags, the pre-doubled up bags, the bags from the wine stores, Ari and Ron are going to be selling those for 80 agorot.
Yeah, they're nicer bags. They're black, they're smooth, and they're fancier bags. So if you're going to have like a party at your house, you want to display the bag.
The design is much nicer.
Yeah, or you go to someone's house for Shabbat, you put a wine in that bag and take it over. It's much more classier than putting in a garbage bag. I found that out from experience.
Save your bags, everybody, like Ari. Because when they start charging you for the bags, you too will be able to cash in. And now, talking about cashing in, we have our money man over here, the money ball himself.
Nice segue.
Ari Lewis.
Hey everybody.
Your sports commentator.
Yes. Talking more about sports.
He's going to be talking about sports.
Yeah.
Let me handle that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I just said I prefer to talk about sports more than bags. I'm very excited. There's a couple of huge stories that involve Israel, the world of sports. LeBron James goes back to Cleveland to play for the Cavaliers. He played there for 8 years.
He did great. Oh, we're so proud of good old LeBron. As a little kid growing up here in Israel, we were so proud of him, and now he's playing in the NBA.
Yeah, no, he's not Israeli. I didn't mean it because of that. No, I meant because the coach of the Cavs is Israeli, kind of. That's David Blatt. Yeah.
And we're also proud of David Blatt.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of American. Went to Princeton, fluent in English, and he grew up in America, kind of. But you know, he's Israeli.
He's and you know, and that just brings up that you know, if you are living in America, it is time for you to divest of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cavaliers, yeah. Yeah, divest.
And back to Ari Lewis.
Yeah, so the second big story, of course, Dwight Howard of the Houston Rockets tweets on his Twitter, "Free Palestine," during the recent war between Israel and the Palestinians. And that's ironic because a teammate of his on the Rockets is Omer Caspi, who's Israeli.
Aha.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you're working for somebody, Ari, you say something like, "Oh, your nation is not a nation that I like," and then you realize, oh, that's somebody who might be Jewish, and then you realize you have to take that back.
Because you don't want to get the Jews upset?
Well, you want to have a job, Ari.
Yeah. Usually you have a Jewish boss somewhere. As I've said earlier, about a third of all the owners in the NBA are Jewish, so it's not that smart to talk negatively about Israel. Less the Jewish owner.
Please not use that language.
What I said.
Everybody signing off. That means we're going to be ending the show right now. This is David Kilimnick coming to you from Hadashot Yerushalayim. With me right now, ending the show, we have Ari Lewis, your sports commentator, and of course, your anchorman himself, Ron Yitzchak Isaiah. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a Hadashot day.